Hello, so today I'm just going to be playing a binary exploitation challenge named Genesis from Pwntools.co.il. So this is just a description, let it be light, and the challenge running in this port. So let me just close this and start. So as you can see from the LT files we'll be using glibc version 2.30. So yeah, so the first thing, just gonna check what kind of file this is, and then I'm gonna check the projections of the file. So as you can see, it is a ELF 64-bit executable, obviously using the x86 architecture, and it is not stripped, and all the mitigations are turned on. So I'm just gonna run Pwntools and start reversing it. Just gonna start at a main function and take it from there. Okay, here we go. As you can see, okay, this is not really important, just to set up the buffer for the CTF. Okay, you have a print menu function, create new creature, edit existing creature, erase creature, print creatures, and test creatures. So let's start with creating a new creature. Let's open the CTF in GDB and test it, use sort of dynamic analysis and what you call and static at the same time. So just gonna create a new feature. It asks us for an index, and then it prints the types. So this is our index. This is our index. So it has to be between 0 and 16. Is it 16? Between 0 and 15. So first allocate a chunk of 10 bytes, and then print types. Okay. Okay, creature type, and then the name size. Okay, let me just save this file. Okay, let me just name this chunk for now. Okay, how this chunks works, it's that so sort of, let's think of it as a struct. Maybe if it is a struct, maybe in the source code. I'm not sure, but maybe it is. So struct, and then okay, let me just put it in one line. So struct, and then it's 64. So this will be the type, creature type. And then after that, this will be pointer to, okay, let me just say to the name, just like that. That's how the struct is. And then here obviously reading into the name, and here we're inserting into this this whole, what you call, array. So it's sort of like creatures index, but it is obviously 8 bytes. So let me just put this like is equal to chunk. Okay, let's go back to edit creature. This is the next function. So first we get the index again. It has to be between 0 and 15, and then the chunk has to be allocated, and then it gets the name length. Am I correct? Yes, it gets the name, the length of this here, and then it, so that there's definitely no buffer overflow or anything like that. So okay, let's move on to the next one, delete. Okay, first access for index, and again it has to be between 0 and 15, and it has to be allocated, and then it frees. Okay, obviously here it frees the first, it first frees this allocation, and after it frees this one. So, and then there's also a use after free. There's also a use after free, obviously for both of these. Okay, let's go to print creatures. Type to string. Okay, I don't think this is important really. Oh, type to string, just sort of if it is 1 here in this argument, it just print memo. If it is 2, just like that. At least that's what I think. Okay, and then it prints the name. Okay, I might use this to leak some data. Okay, test creature, what's going on here? It first asks for index, has to be between 0 and 15, and then it prints out the name of the creature, and then asks us if we want to enter a new name. What is 7, 9. Okay, if it is, if our result is y, name size. Okay, okay, that's for name size. The name, it first freeze the area one, and then okay, I don't think there's any problem here. if we press. Okay, before we even start, I'm just gonna create a template. So there's this I just have my own template. I'm just gonna show you. So okay, it's just a Pwntools script with I just did some boilerplate stuff for myself so it can be easier and faster to work with. So I just have some lambda functions for like receive line, send line, and so forth. So over this, I just have to enter the binary name, which is Genesis in this case, and then develop my exploit. So this just makes it easy. But in this case, I'm just gonna create a class for all of these. So let me just go back to new creature. I'm just gonna start here. So class, let me call it Genesis. Just gonna send line after. Let's go back to the temp now. Genesis. Okay, I'm gonna send line after exit. And I'm just gonna change this, cast this to a string and then encode it. Just like that. And then for index, I'm just gonna name this send index self. I think I think I can just use all of this as for an index. So I'm just gonna try something. No, not all of them. So it's only 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just gonna create a send index function, a method. I'm just gonna send the index after we receive this. I'm gonna cast this to a string and encode it just like that. So the first function you have to look at is new creature. So I'm just gonna name it create creature. I'm gonna send the index. This should be integer. I'm gonna send the type, should be integer, and then I'm gonna send the name size. Let me just name it size, should be an integer, and then the name, which will be bytes, and this will not return anything. So we always need to send the name, which is 1. Need to send the index, which is index, and then after sending the index is type. Send line after type. Cast this to a string and then encode it. Okay, that's fine. After I type the name size, it is name. Okay, it should be small letter. Same thing here. Cast it to a string and encode it. And then we're gonna send just like that, and we're done here. Let me just log this, log info, creating creature. Then I'm just gonna say the index the type, then the name. Name, which is okay. The next one is what is option 2 here? Edit existing creature. I should just remove this to make it easier for myself. Create edit self. IDX, so 2. Okay, just new name, just actually new name. So name parts. So we're gonna send this, send index. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this. And then our third one is erase creature. So we just ask for the index. Fourth one is print creatures. Just gonna name it view. So when testing, okay, let me just stop there. I'm gonna fix that. Genesis. So the first obviously maybe this I need to plan so vulnerability. So the only vuln we have is a use after free. Then exploitation strategy. So So what I'm thinking is first use the unsorted bin to leak a Eclipse address. So let me just say click, okay, and then since I use of the free, I think you can use you can do what you call Tcache exploitation, Tcache poison to override and then override the free hook with system, and then free, or maybe override malloc hook with a one gadget. Okay, probably one of the two. Okay, we'll see which works. So first things first, let's try to get the leak. I still have some things I have to fix here, which I will. Okay, let me just try to leak something. So I'm obviously not limited to how many new creatures I can create. I'm not limited in any way. So I'm just gonna create a few. So index 0, the type doesn't really matter. So how about a change and the size? Okay, just want to say the type is equal to 1. The size doesn't matter. So size will be equals to the length of the name. I'm just gonna say the type is equal to 1. The type doesn't really matter to me. So yeah, so I just have to write the index and the name. Or maybe it does. Because I'll need to. Okay, let me just do this. Oh man, why did I do that? Okay, just gonna write the size. So yeah, I don't know why I'm even creating this. Okay, this will be used for prevent consolidation with the top chunk. Excuse me. I'm just gonna create a large chunk. And then I'm gonna sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna free this chunk. And then I'm gonna view it. Just like that, we should leak something. You see, we obviously get a leak. Here it is. We're leaking some address. The memo is null because it obviously doesn't know the type of animal, the type of creature is null because obviously doesn't know what kind of. So not quite sure how to do this. How to extract. I think maybe I'll have to use some sort of regex, which I'm not really good at. In fact, I would say I don't know it. For this one, I'm gonna use AI. I'm gonna ask AI to help me out here. So here we go. Obviously, I want to say, what if I have a what if I have multiple strings? Okay, I need it to be in Tcache area. I think this will be okay. Then I'm just gonna put both of these 3.e 2, 3. Let's check again. Using Pwntools. I don't know why I send it. is it using? Okay, just move this out of the way and see what we can get. So I'm just gonna receive the data. Okay, I'm gonna split it. Okay, return. Before we return it, let's just print all of these. So my OBS just stopped for a little bit there. It says I must restart, must open OBS, which I did. Just checking what's going on. just printing the addresses. Okay, let's misspell timeout. Time should be I, not ADX. Okay, should print them in hex, and that should kind of fix it. Something's definitely wrong here, because look at this. Let me just print this. Print data, and then let me print the paths. but my internet connection has been a little bit slow. So I'm just gonna print so let's try this again. Okay, just wanna okay, the first time printed. Okay, so here after review, so I just want to say libc is equals to addresses. I'm just gonna print this libc leak. Let me say libc leak, libc leak, and I'm just gonna run this with a GDP option because I want to find the offset. Let me do something first. Let me disable ASLR sudo let's try again. So I'm gonna grab this leak. Yes, it is the main arena. So everything is looking good. So so it will be just python libc is equals to that, and the leak is equal to this. Just gonna print leak minus libc, and this is the what we should subtract to get the libc base address. Then we're just gonna print this libc and libc to address, just like that. So so this first part is done. So now Okay, here we go. We got our leak. So what now? What? So I'm obviously thinking Tcache, exploitation. There's obviously no safe linking yet since it is Clipsy 2.30. So let's try it. So let's start with freehook Tcache president with freehook. So just gonna create two features with the size of 4x20, the name, and this will be frame 2, and then you're gonna erase both of them. Now here's our Tcache will look like each third channel, each second channel, just like that. So now what we have to do is this is important. Cyclic OX20. So I'm gonna overwrite this pointer that points to the address of the second index to point to a free hook. Just like that, and then we just want to create a new one, a new creature again, and this one will return the same as 3, and then this one should return the free hook, and we obviously have to write the address of system, and then I'm just gonna use the free hook to override the chunk with binsh. Then it should do that. This should get us a, let me run it with GDB, so if it gets stuck and then I'll know what to do, I'll try to debug it. Memory corruption fast GDB what is this things. say size cost of x 30 size yeah. So the OX40 ones are the ones with the names. So free hook, so I'm guessing this is 3, and then this is the one we should be overwriting. Let's add a pause here and here. So remove corruption first. Obviously got here when creating this, it okay, it is paused now. See, I do not know why it is using the fast beans. Okay, we are paused after 8. Okay, so free hook. So this is a free hook. I think we should be using the malloc hook, so I'm just gonna change something. We're gonna view something like 10 addresses, cast this to void, and then I'm gonna use the malloc hook. Let's try minus 35. I think this is a de facto one. Minus 35. So this will be previous chunk size. Okay, that's what I'm gonna use. Malloc hook minus 35. So obviously here I'm gonna need the one gadget. So one gadget libc. Just gonna name it 1. How about we print it? Print link gadget. So our payload will be the one will be like cyclic OX9 no 19. So it is 35 minus, okay, yeah, and then 1. So here will be payload, and then we'll try to create a creature. Create 6 of size, yes, click size, so payload, spell that wrong. So now even if it uses the what you call the first pins, we will get the same thing. So there the pause, our size, okay, I forgot something. Our size here should be 70. So let's try again. Okay, just the wrong thing there. Let's go again. Okay, we're paused. Let's look at the pins. Yeah, I did a wrong thing again. Here, says 70. So the size here should be 60, and then it will not say corrupted because the size will be correct. One last time. I'm not sure why it is using the first pins. It should be using Tcache. We'll see if there's if this fails or what. The correct size, correct edit size. Just try to continue. Nothing is happening. Just remove the pauses. No, nothing. Okay, now it's time to debug or exploit. What is source 13? Is it 19? Okay, let's try to find out what's going on. Why am I not getting code execution? It obviously didn't crash, which I think it's good. So it's obviously this is the unsorted one. Let me just insert the remote addresses. Or maybe am I using the wrong one gadget? No, look at this. The same in my malcook this. Okay, let me try another one gadget. Oops, so let's try this one. And then after I wanna try this one. Here we go. So it was the one gadget, I used the wrong one. So now let's try to connect to the remote server and see what's going on. It says closed connection. List out of range. What do you mean? Okay, where is this? There were no addresses. Okay, let's try to run it again here locally. Here we go. We obviously got code execution. So one last time. I don't know now, because there's nothing, doesn't click anything. So let me just put all of this in. Because it works locally, so now it's all about getting it to work remotely from the remote server. Okay, yes, here it is. It is printing. It is leaking the address, but then what's going on? Because then, okay, this means my something here is not working as intended. I see yet again, just prints type now. Why is that? Let me see, where is this? Let's try this function instead of that. You see, let's try it again locally and see, because locally I'm using that first function, which the first I'm using this for loop instead of this one, but both work. Who am I? Obviously I have to troubleshoot this and try to figure out what's going on so that I can get the points from the platform. See, it is not enough to get it working locally, so this worked instead of this. So so what's going on? Oh man. I'm not sure what I need to do because let me try interacting with connecting to the server manually and interact with it and see what is wrong. So we're just going to index 0. I'm gonna choose a manual and I choose size 1200 and just enter anything there. Then we're gonna create a new creature for consolidation to prevent consolidation. Okay, even spell snake wrong. So let's erase the first one and then let's print. Yes, it prints the type now, but then it has to print the name. Okay, so here it only goes up to here. Did I say received line or something? So let me check something. Because we only need to use this once. Okay. Let me say receive line once, and then data is supposed to receive line the second one. And let's see what it says. Okay, here we go. There we go, we got it to work. So obviously you can see we have the flag. I'm not gonna disclose the flag. I'm gonna do this offline. Let me just do that in another terminal. And as you can see, it says congrats, you gained 120 points. See, this was the challenge chances. So yeah, so I'm thinking of trying another one and see what we have. Let's go for Neo Links. I don't think I'm saying that right. So let's go for that. Just gonna copy this. Let me close, minimize this. I'm sorry. I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. Thank you. That was accidental.